tux tight, party till midnight, then we all
What's going on, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to Studio Talk. I'm your host, Davei Cirino. And today we got my man, Kasper Park,
What's going on, everybody?
joining us.
Sure.
Yeah, man, I'm excited to have you, man. Real excited.
I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me. Always great to link with other artists and just talk about the industry a little bit more.
Yeah, I got you, bro. I'm sipping a little bit of my wife is she's a gardener,
Oh,
and yeah, so I'm sipping a little bit of mint tea. It's delicious.
mint tea.
Yeah.
Might take you up on some of that. What you just got mint, or what else you got?
Yeah, well, we just started, so we're doing a little mint.
Okay,
I've got basil. We're doing tomatoes, onions, and stuff like that, which is
nice.
um like we're trying to go green and more, do stuff like do stuff ourselves, especially with like I'm not for you in Philly right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys are affected by that smoke.
Yeah, we were like yesterday was like real. It was like, you could tell like it was like just like hazy smoke, like smoke. Even the smell like, barbecue.
Yeah, it
Or
was,
like, and then today it's a little less. I
yeah,
still feel like it's there, but it's like, significantly less. But yesterday
yeah,
it was like weird. Even, I heard Jersey, some parts of Jersey, like New York was like orange.
yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm in Jersey, man,
New
and
Jersey?
yeah, we've been affected by the Canadian wildfires, man. And it's like I'll just use a quick this time in our interview just to say, hey, man, respect our planet. You know what I'm saying? And
Well,
like as artists, like we love doing this music thing, but we also want to be alive
yeah,
and around. So whatever you can do to just like help out in your community, recycling, go green, eat organic foods, like just whatever you can do just to help the planet, because this climate change is for real, man. And we want to be around, and we want our kids to be around. So
yeah.
I wanted to
I agree. It's like, it's like proof is in the pudding. You know what I mean? Whereas like, things happen and like these type of things don't, or like, like say like natural disasters it's kind of cause and effect. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So it's kind of like we have a direct like effect on the cause, but like we don't act like it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
I hear that, bro. So yeah, man, let's
yeah.
let's get into this, man. So I listened to your I mean, I guess they describe you as a rapper or like R&B and hip hop. Is that to me? Okay.
Yeah, I
Uh,
would say it started mainly as like rap, but then I started getting into R&B, more like melodies,
mm,
more, just like, I hate to say it like this, but just like more musical,
mhm.
things, but not to say that rap isn't musical because it is, but it's not like always seen as such.
Right,
So,
right.
but just, I like to blend it like rap and singing, a
Hmm.
lot like say Kid Cudi.
Yeah,
You
it's funny you mentioned that. It's
know?
funny you mentioned that
Wow.
because I was just about to say, bro. I listened to your you have three albums out. You have a lot of singles out.
Yeah.
I'm on Spotify. That's the way I listen to all my music.
Hmm.
So I'm on Spotify. I'm checking you out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, let me check out the album. So I listened to all your albums, bro. And good stuff. And I was like, damn, he just like, yo, who does he remind me of, man? And the first thing that came to my mind, bro,
Yeah, you got it. You cracked it.
was Kid Cudi. And I'm mad that you said Kid Cudi first before I said that.
He's not mad.
I was thinking like so when I was listening to you, I was getting Kid Cudi vibes, a little bit of Drake, not like a whole lot of Drake, but just like kind of like the chorus is kind of how he does his hooks. I was getting some Kid Cudi vibes, Drake
Hmm.
vibes, a little bit of Kanye vibes too, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, but Kid Cudi, bro. That's like when I heard you, bro. I'm like Kid Cudi. But so, I mean, that
Yeah.
actually, now that you mentioned, I was gonna ask you like how would you describe your style? For those not familiar with your music, and
Yeah.
what artists actually inspired you?
Um, so yeah, so I'll answer the first part. like, what's my style, or like what styles do I go for? And to be honest, it's like it changes, you know what I mean? Because like when I first started, it was like kind of them more just like bars, like rap, whereas like, one of my first like earliest inspirations was from, as far as rap goes, like J. Cole, Kendrick, Drake, they was like when I was in high school, like Three-Headed Dragon, they was always dropping, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then like even with Drake, like my favorite project from Drake was when like those mixtapes, you know what I mean? Those were my I just want to be, well, that song with Trey Songs, like that's my shit, you know what I mean? Like Miss Me, Lil Wayne,
Yeah.
like say like 2008 to 2010 Drake, that's probably my favorite Drake, to be honest. When he first kind of came onto the scene,
Yeah.
but and then Kanye was like kind of like, was kind of more like gradual, where I kind of just like literally, seen him still putting together bodies of work to the point where like it's amazing when like you can listen to somebody's whole catalog, you know what I mean? Like, and really feel like
Yeah.
like you're um just just hear like the synchronicities between like lives, and like things that happen between lives that are the same, and like themes that are the same, themes that work, themes that are marketable, you know what I mean? So but yeah, then it started to move to more like melody, more like a little bit of like rebellious, because my parents didn't like me rapping when I first started rapping, you know what
Mhm.
I mean?
That's
Ye-
interesting.
Yeah, they didn't like me first, like they wanted me to do something more concrete, you know what I mean?
And we're
Um,
gonna get to that because I was researching a little bit. How did so that being said, like you said, your parents didn't really want you to get into the rapping thing, which is a lot of people experience that, not just like rapping, but music in general, like the arts, music, acting, whatever you're trying to do, you always get pushback from your
right.
mainly family. Well, once you find something a little bit you can fall back on, like whatever. So
Plan B,
I
or
got that too. We all got that plan B.
exactly.
But so how did you actually get started in music? Like, what I mean, after when you were starting, like what how did you get your start?
Right. So I got pretty lucky, to tell you the truth, because I was like, listening to music, like a lot, going to and from school, like high school. And I'm like, damn, like, so I always wrote poems. I was writing poems since like probably fifth grade, for like competitions, whatever, you know what I mean? I was always like a good writer, that was never like an issue for me. But I met this dude in high school, um, and like his name Dan O'Connor, shout out Doc. But yeah, so I met him, and he was so like he's glued to his laptop, like whole day of school. So I'm like, what's he doing over there? You know what I mean? So like he got Ableton up, I'm like no, so like first time I seen Ableton, I'm like, what is this, bro? I'm
Yeah.
like, what are you doing? He's like, bro, I'm making music. I'm like, what? Like, so like, he was in to like making like EDM beats, whatever. But like, I like told him like, yo, bro, you trying to like, do something, make music some together. So he lived right across the street from school. Like I said, very lucky. So like, days after school, we go over to his crib, make some music. He got a little setup, speakers, he started making beats and stuff. It kind of just happened like that, whereas like we kind of just like gravitated towards each other. And then like we loved doing it so much. So like we kept doing it. And then like our friends started to like be like, oh yeah, it's lit. We going over there. They making music. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like you know what I mean? It started to be like a social thing for like our friends and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's where I feel like, like it's very like, and I'm very lucky to have the opportunity and to just have it go that way,
Yeah.
because I wasn't paying money to record, make songs, time. We like, we was just chilling, making music, having fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
So,
that being said, I do wish that like, we had some of the stuff, but still, I'm still grateful that, we was able to go through what we went through
yeah.
and learn that. You know what I mean? Like, okay, we need a hard drive. Okay, we need to back this up. Okay, save that joint every or
Mm,
okay, create a template so we don't gotta waste time putting effects on. You
mm,
know what I mean?
yeah.
Like it's stuff, and that's what I really love is just the process and just learning as you go on. I feel like that's what's necessary for every artist.
It's
You know?
so refreshing to hear that, man, because I feel like independent artists like yourself and yourself and myself,
Mm-hmm.
we that's kind of what we do, man. And sometimes you feel
Right.
like, damn, am I the only one, like, what I mean, kind of doing this or whatever? But like, what I mean, what I mean, you're kind of like in the I'm saying I'm a little older than you, but you're like that next generation, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I love like chopping it up with like the younger artists coming up to kind of see like,
Mhm.
you
Yeah,
know,
like where my head at, like right.
where you head at, like kind
Yeah.
of see like, hey, that was me a few years ago. Like, you know what I mean? So I was gonna ask you, like you talked about Ableton Live.
Hmm.
I was gonna ask you a little bit about gear. So like
Hmm.
what kind of recording equipment do you use now? And like what do you recommend for like other independent artists coming up? I know for myself, I'm a big Logic guy, Logic
Hmm.
or whatever, and I just like I do all my beats. My brother and I, we do all the beats and the
Hmm.
you know vocals, everything in Logic. But other people have different preferences. So I was kind
Right.
of curious of what you thought about that.
I'd say so. My preference, tell you the truth, my preference for like just recording when I just feel like my most creative, I just want to put something down. I've
Mhm.
been using this dog called Reaper, if you're
Yeah,
familiar.
yeah, I know Reaper. Yeah.
Yeah, so the reason that I got into Reaper was because um so it started me recording on my friend's computer, right? So I couldn't do that once, like, I graduated high school. So I'm like, okay, how am I going to record by myself?
Hmm.
So Reaper was the like only, not only, but it was a free DAW that I like noticed. Like, you know what I mean? And I noticed that it's very customizable to the point where you can make it look like Ableton or Pro Tools, and it has most of the functions. You just gotta locate them. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
Um, but yeah, so that's what I use like when I'm just like feeling like most creative, want to record, for it's kind of what like I would say for like say like different artists, find what's most accessible for you and what fits your flow the most in the sense where like what DAW do you feel at home at?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? What DAW do you feel like is not like messing up your process? Because like, I done experimented with like Pro Tools, like Logic, like before, like stuff like that. And it's like, there's a learning curve to everything. So you gotta accept that. But it's like, which one do you feel like where it's like, okay, I'm not wasting time
Hmm.
trying to figure out how to do something that's like how to do it in the other DAW. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So because really the DAW is really just a tool. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
Um and like all the DAWs have the same tools. You know what I mean? They just kind of probably like located in a different spot. But as far as my equipment, um, so I just got this new interface actually. I'll show you. It's a RME Babyface.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah,
Yeah,
of
yeah.
course, of course.
This thing is
Yeah,
crystal.
that's
This
crispy
thing,
right there, right?
this thing crystal because the interface, it like I would say to other artists, if you're going to invest, if you're thinking about investing in a mic or an interface, I'd say invest in the interface because the interface is going to make it way smoother, like when you're
Hmm.
recording, and like it's just gonna make the signal from the mic like way clearer. So as opposed to running like a nice mic through like a bad interface, it
Hmm.
may just sound like crap. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
even if you got a nice mic.
Pro sound gives you that pro sound.
Exactly. And then my mic, this is a great mic too. I'll show you my mic. I got it all right here. Hold up. It's I think this is only like $150 and it
Don't tell
hasn't
me we got
failed
the
me.
same mic.
Really? Yeah. You like
I
Audio
don't-
Technica?
oh no, I don't have that one. Okay, but yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
Yeah, 2035 Audio
yeah,
Technica.
that's a good one. I looked at that one too. I was researching that one for yeah. Go ahead. I was gonna say for me for mics, I get the one I tested vote like what sounds good on my vocals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even go like I even if it's a cheaper mic, I was like, what sounds better? So that's how I kind of do my microphone testing. But yeah, go ahead.
Right. But yeah, nah. So I've had that. I'm kind of trying to get a new one because I've had that mic for like 4 or 5 years. Like like, I recorded half my singles on that mic. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
my project, The Cage Mine, I recorded on that mic.
Oh,
Um,
word.
yep, half my singles recorded on that mic. And then I just got this new interface. So I don't have any like music out on his interface. So I'm kind of excited to put that out because like I said, that thing's crystal. Like,
Mm,
like it makes my room sound like I'm in a studio. But
bro. Yeah, let
you
me tell you
know,
something real quick. You mentioned the RME baby face. I was looking at that when I was coming up. I had it's funny, I did my last video podcast. I actually just described everything that I had
mhm,
and what I used. It was a tough battle between Army, Babyface, and the Apogee duet.
yeah,
Um,
I know
it
what you're
was
talking about.
like
Yeah.
it was like this, and I chose the Apogee duet only because the whole Logic Apple thing
Hmm.
started to. I know
Yeah.
it was compatible, but I just thought at that time years ago the compatibility for me was a little bit better.
Hmm.
But I mentioned the RME. What I use now is the R is it's like the bigger brother of
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
RME
Because they have like different
Fire.
versions.
Yeah, I got the Fireface
Hmm.
UCX.
Like the
Um,
long one.
yeah, the long ones I think is the UFX. I think the one I
Mm.
got is like the mid tier. I was looking at the UFX, but it's the same converters
Hmm.
and all that. So it just gives you the same sound basically.
Right.
Um, so I was like, let me just get the cheaper one because I don't need. It's just me recording, so I didn't need like more outlets and stuff. So I got the Army the Fireface joint. That's man, wow. That quality changed, man. That quality changed my sound too, man. Between the Apogee was first, and then
Yeah.
the RME joint because um it's no the German engineering, bro. Like the German, like listen, man. Honestly, I don't know if it's made
Nah,
in like where
honestly, I'll be looking at who make it half the time too, because
real
it would
talk.
be like build quality and like,
Yes.
for me, so I was caught between the Apollo and the
Mm-hmm.
Babyface.
Mm,
So because like they like right there too. So I was like, okay. But here's my thing is so I'm thinking, okay, like I already used Reaper, you know what I mean? So it's like, and I kind of go for sounds that are like unique.
yeah,
I
yeah,
go for like, my own sound. So, it's kind of just like building that up. Okay. Not many people using Reaper, not
yeah,
many people using the RME Babyface, they using Apollo. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
So it's going to make my sound that much more like unique. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But that's just how like I thought about it was like, okay, and plus it's like, this is for my personal little rig. Like, you go to a studio, they got Apollo or like whatever. So, I'm like, okay, I know what that sound like, kinda. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
I kind of want to know what this sound like. But
That's awesome, bro. It's funny you mentioned uh damn we could talk about this for hours, man. But you mentioned like picking the right dog because
hmm.
I was using everyone when I was coming up, everyone was like, yo, you gotta get on Pro Tools. Pro
Hmm.
Tools is where it's at, fam. Like we're like Pro Tools, like if you ain't using Pro Tools, you know what I'm saying?
It's kind of the same thing now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I had to learn Pro Tools because I was engineering. I was like interning in New York, and they were using Pro Tools, so I had to learn it. And it's not that I didn't like it; it's just that Logic flowed better with
Yeah.
my creative process. So I was like,
Hmm.
and I use Pro Tools for like couple demos, and I was like, okay, well, I use all types of DAWs, man, but Logic was the one I chose, man.
Right.
I wanted to ask you your name, Kasper Park. What's the meaning behind Kasper Park, man? Where'd that come from? That's just kind of unique.
Yeah. Tell you the truth, it kind of grew into like hold its own meaning now, because first I kind of just chose it because it was unique. You know what I mean? I knew like when I like chose it that like it was going to be hard for somebody to really have that name, you know what I mean? And like, I was trying to create something marketable from okay, so when I started rapping, let me run back. So when I started rapping, my name was just the letter K,
Oh, wow.
right?
Okay.
It was just the letter K. So it's a cool name, but it's like it's a letter. You know what I mean?
Like,
It's like, it's not a name that's going to be like sticking in people's mind. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, I feel like it can still be marketable, but it's just going to take a lot more energy. You know what I mean? A lot more as opposed to a name where it's
right.
like, you know what I mean? It can be, and it's playing off of, I kept the K, which I wanted to do, and it's playing off of like Casper the Ghost, which I
Mm-hmm.
always like. Tell you the truth, my dog is named Casper, so like he comes
Okay.
with like inspiration too. So I was like, yeah, Casper, that's a cool name. What if I put a K in front of it? You know what I mean? Like I'm kind of just,
Yeah, that's
I feel like, but it's grown to, I kind of have like found meaning in it as like um so my brand is where ghosts go, and like the whole kind of premise of it is kind of so learning from our ghosts, meaning like like learning from our heroes, people we've lost, our martyrs,
mm,
kind of trying to place a positive connotation on ghosts
wow.
instead of a negative connotation on ghosts.
Yeah,
The same thing that kind of Casper the Friendly Ghost kind of did, because he was friendly,
yeah,
what I
yeah, yeah,
but yeah, so that's what I kind of have like, made it. I kind of been like thinking about it for like a minute, because when people see the name Casper, they think of the ghost, you know what I mean?
yeah,
So
true.
so it's like, how can I make that connection and still have it mean something to me? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, it's not it it may seem like I put it together perfectly, but it wasn't so like smooth, you know what I mean? Like
yeah, that's what's up.
because it took me a while to come up with that name, Where Ghosts Go, because I feel like that really kind of adds like a mystery to it, and I wanted something that's like not negative, I
Yeah,
wanted something to be like positive, or have like opportunity to be positive, you know
yeah,
like as opposed to, I like I ain't throwing shade, but like it's just things things sound different when your ear hits it, it invokes a certain emotion,
mm,
like say like Death Row Records,
mm,
that's aggressive, you know what I mean?
real, real talk.
Like you know what I mean, like where ghosts go is a bit of like,
It makes
oh
you. It's like abstract. It makes you think,
yeah,
like, whoa,
it makes you,
where
where
go?
where do ghosts go? You know what I mean? Like makes you like, it, like a little bit like reflection, which is something like, I'm a very reflective guy. People always say how I'm like, I'm so quiet, but that's just because I'm like thinking all the time. I'm a very reflective guy.
I like the way I like your thought process. That kind of brings me to my next point or question about I was researching your bio. Said you
Hmm.
went to Monmouth University, graduated.
Hmm.
You studied music. Was it music business
Yeah,
or?
the music industry. Yeah, so it was like a mix, but so like it was a mix between like the music business.
Yep.
Um, so so like learning like kind of like the history of the business, like how like what was the first soul piece of music, to like what is now in digital music and stuff like that, copyright, all that, lawyers, all that, like like even so I had this one class, it was like pretty cool. Um, we went to this venue, and then like teacher, he owned the venue. So like he was teaching
Wow.
us what it took to manage it. You know what I mean? Like, he's showing us like balance sheets of like the venue and shit. I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? It was pretty cool. And then the other side was kind of like the technical music. So theory, had some piano lessons, some voice lessons.
Mm.
Um, yeah.
See,
Like
I love that though, because it's like we have this idea, not us, but people have an idea that you can't go, get higher education and pursue music. Like I love the idea of pursuing a music degree at
mhm,
a music program at a nice college. I actually got accepted in Monmouth myself. I didn't go. I went to Montclair State.
mhm.
But
Oh, cool.
yeah, but
Damn, small
yeah,
world.
yeah. But it was like, you know what I'm saying. But it's just like it's really refreshing to hear. You can you can now. When I was in school, they didn't have like music programs like that, but now they do have those music programs. So you can get a degree in music, learn the business, learn the
Right.
technical side, and then come out of it, pursue your music career, whether it's as an artist or working in the actual music business. Uh,
Exactly.
so I love that, man.
Yeah, like that was the main decision on why I like went to Monmouth. Because I knew I wanted to. So at that point in high school, I knew I wanted to keep on doing music. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, this is too great for me to stop right now. Like, like I love it. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like, like at this point, I'm playing sports and other things, but I'm just like, nah, the music's where it's at. You like, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, nah, like I'm trying to do music. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
So I'm like, okay, so going back to, you know, so that slight pushback with my parents, we came to a compromise. Like, so like they're like, okay, you can do music, but just go to school still and study music. You know what I mean?
great
So
compromise.
I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? Like,
Why would you not want to do that? You in
I'm
school,
like, I'm
around
fine,
all
I'm
types of
fine.
people, you meet
So,
people, yes, you know what I mean?
so I'm like, I'm blessed to have the parents that I do
That's awesome.
take. Like, but yeah, so damn, where was I?
um, let me see.
Um,
I think I might be. Am I running out of time?
sorry. Yeah, no, I'm kind of losing
I
track
got
of time.
9 minutes left on my joint.
I miss.
Um,
All right.
I got
Damn.
to upgrade, big. You know what I'm saying?
I
I
gotta,
got to upgrade. I got 9 minutes, but
we go on the
but
next question. It's
I
cool.
wanted to touch on West
Yeah.
Philly, bro. So can you kind of so you were you born and raised in West Philly? You just moved to West Philly?
So yeah, so
Kind of
I
like
was
yeah, talk
born.
about that.
Yeah, so I was born in West Philly.
Okay,
And
West Philly in the
then
house.
I'm sorry, what you say?
I said West Philly in the house.
Yeah, West Philly, you know.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, so I was born in like Overbrook, if you're familiar.
yeah.
But yeah, then I kind of just like went around the school. So I was like a smart kid growing up. You know what I mean? Like, like I said, my parents were on me. You know what I mean? Like it was like grades, grades, grades. You know what I mean? So like, I was a smart kid. And then they put me into this program, which allowed me to go to a private school across the city,
Oh,
not in West Philly.
wow.
Yeah. So again, I'm lucky to have the opportunities that like, I've been blessed with
Yeah.
and really meet the people that I've met. You know what I mean? So I grew up kind of like, yeah, like in West Philly, but then high school I went to like foreign lands, like, at a young age. And that was like, I feel like that's that's an experience that kind of made me who I am today
Mhm.
because it exposed me at a young age just to different people, which I feel like, not everybody gets, like the exposure. It's all about just exposure at a young age. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And being able to like learn from different people and accept different people.
Yeah.
Um,
So I was gonna ask you also, like, how growing up in West, Philly, how did that shape your music identity, man? Like, is that uh portrayed in your music?
um,
Because
I like to
Philly
think, I like to
is
think,
yeah.
yeah, so I like to think that, you know, me making the music that I want to make is in itself being Philly. You know what I mean?
Got you. Got you.
So like I don't so like, because like Philly does have its own like little sound to it where it's like mainly stuff that like I don't rap about. You know what I mean? Like it's not many like artists in Philly or from West Philly, I should say, that's like probably making the music or aspiring to making the music that I'm trying to make. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as like Kid Cudi-esque,
Yeah, I
as
got
far as like, abstract, you know what I mean?
you. Yeah.
So I feel like me just continuing to do what I want to do and like kind of make it how like, I want to make it sound is kind of Philly in its own way because Philly kind of just has the rep of just like doing whatever they want to do and being proud in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Uh,
nah, I hear that, man. Because even like me, I do, I do soul music, man, R&B, in like Philadelphia. Like, what I mean, I
mm,
was all over the tri-state. I was born in Delaware, I mean, and raised in South Jersey, but Philly was always a part of us, man. We, a lot of family out there, and back and forth and things like that. But like the Philadelphia soul sound, man, was just
mm.
incredible, man, and like just like that, like
I feel
my
like the
music
soul
sounds,
sound. I feel like the Philly soul definitely come through.
yeah.
Like the Philly soul definitely come through.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, like the artists, I would say honestly from the Philly soul era, uh, I don't sound like them, but like listening to some of those artists, it's just like I don't know, it's just from a child.
mhm.
It does kind of, it's always in like in the back of in your mind
Right,
when you're recording,
right.
like and like
I'd say to give one Philly soul artist because like you kind of just like you know like the light bulb in my head to give one Philly artist that I'm like really like that's my dude. It's probably Music Soul Child.
I was just about to say it. So yo,
Yeah,
you get out
bro.
my head, man. Get out my head, D. Like
Music
yo,
Soul Child.
Music Soul
Freaking
Child,
crazy.
Jill Scott, Vivian Green, all these wonderful artists, man. Bilal. Yo, let me tell you straight up, like Music Soul Child, bro, like vocally,
Nah, bro. People, nah, he's like under like appreciated, honestly, because like
that
some of
ass,
those
the music
like
is,
some of those songs were like, damn.
yeah, bro. His vocals is nasty. And I would say he's the only, like my inspirations, me personally, was D'Angelo and music Soul Child. Those were my
Mhm,
two guys. Like, but always loved D'Angelo's sound and style, but music, like vocally, he was the only one that was in my range, my vocal range. So like when I would
mhm.
like if anyone ever asked me to sing a song, like
Right.
it's not my original song. My go-to songs, bro, is from Music Soul Child's catalog because those are the only songs that I can sing that um what is it that I can actually sing well because we're like the same vocal range and it was actually kind of frightening like when I was first doing my, not frightening
Now,
is the
you
wrong
know what's
word,
crazy? We have
but
the same birthday. Like we were born on the same day. Isn't that
oh
crazy?
yeah,
Yeah.
music,
Yeah.
I gotta get music on this video podcast, man, maybe season 2, man.
That'd be legendary. I ain't gonna lie.
If I can get music on here, let me tell you, even his other genres that he does, man.
He still released some music. He released some music like recently, I'm pretty sure.
yo, hold on, bro. His last, we got 3 minutes left, dude. His his last album, he just released it a couple months ago. He released it right after I released my new album with Hit Boy, man. Called Villains and what was it called?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Was with Hit Boy. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I
yo,
remember
bro,
it was with some known producer. Yeah.
that album, bro. I listened to it on heavy rotation, bro. I got 6 albums I listened to, Victims and Villains. That album is incredible, bro. But yeah, I was getting excited about
No,
that.
that's cool. That's cool.
Man, yeah, music's my guy, man. But yeah, I wanted to real quick, man, before we wrap
Yeah.
out, man. Um, where can we, people interested in your music, where can they hear your music?
Yeah.
I mean,
So
and
I'm streaming on all platforms, Spotify, like Apple Music, YouTube. Yeah, so my name is Kasper Park, but spelled Casper with a K. And then so I'm also working on my website, which is where ghosts go and then .com. That's kind of what I'm building up right now, kind of like, some merch, some cover arts even, beats for other artists, you know, like I want to have something for like, you know, fans and artists alike.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's kind of what I'm working on right now. But and I'll be on the lookout. I'm trying to drop some music this summer. I got a lot of I got a lot of music, you know. Not just rap either. I've been touching house, believe it
Oh,
or
okay. Okay.
not. So,
It's
okay.
always good as an artist to like, you know what I'm saying? No, I feel that though, because like as an artist, you have to evolve your sound.
Exactly.
Sometimes your fans may not be on that same ride with you, but as an artist, you have to evolve into what you need to be creatively. I mean,
Right.
like for me, I always started off singing, and then I went through a little thing where it's like, okay, I was kind of like getting into the rap thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I always, I was pretty good, but I just realized it was something I had to touch.
Right.
But I always came back to my roots, which was like soul music, gospel music. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
like, you know what I mean. So I had to get back to that, but
You
I
know, I feel
love
like
that
even
for you.
like experimenting, just experimenting, you might like, you know, learn something for like yourself, you
Yeah,
know, in the process of making that new thing, or like you might be like, oh, okay. And then like, you know, I feel like fans, you know, like to an extent, like people don't know what they want until like you give it to them. Is
yeah,
like is my opinion as far as like music goes, because it's like they can say they want something and then they get it and then they not like it. You know what I mean? Like it can
yeah.
go both ways. So it's like, you know, I feel like it's it's like it's hard, you know, for artists to make those type of decisions, but I feel like it's important to just remember that, you know, you are the artist. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like there's freedom in that term. There's freedom. Just remember that, you know, you're free
Mhm.
to do whatever you want. You know what I mean? As artist,
Mm.
you know.
Deep,
So
deep.
don't so easily sacrifice your like artistic freedom.
Yeah, so we're gonna wrap up, man. Casper, man, thank you so much for joining the video podcast. I really appreciate you, man. I'm excited to hear your future projects. I enjoyed, what you've done in the past. I love your albums. Your songs are
Thank
dope. Very Kid Cudi ish. But also you have your own sound, which I appreciate, man. And you know what I'm saying? I always like talking to smart artists, man. Just like people who are deep thinkers, and can really contribute to this music industry, this independent music industry, man. And I wish you nothing but the best, all the success. I'm not sure what your goals are. I'm not sure if you're trying to stay independent, get signed with a major, or you're just doing your independent thing. That's cool. Whatever you
you.
want to do, man. I did want to say real quick though. Um,
Yeah.
you know, there was I wanted to let you know there was three songs that first of all, my son is 3 years old. I was playing what's the song? Chill.
Oh yeah. Chill. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know how you say it. Chill.
Yeah, chill. Yeah, it's just chill, but I just did that because it was like the whole like theme of the project where
Yeah.
it was just like random numbers. And that was the first track. So I was like, chill. You know, it was kind
My
of just
son
like
loves that track, bro. He was dancing to that John. Um, I like
that's
I like that too, but I like the Clean Money stood out for me.
you might yeah, that's a yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
wanted to tell you about called you have a song called Lie.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me tell you, because me, I'm all about sync placements. So my brother and I, we do sync placements. You know what I'm saying? That's the industry that we're in as far as independent wise,
Hmm.
having our music, sync licensed TV shows and movies and all that goodness. Uh,
Hmm.
and there's a certain sound that from my experience, at least from the songs that my songs are placed in, I feel like there's a certain sound that the networks like.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm listening to Lie, bro, and I'm like, yo, this song can get sync placed. So I just wanted to just to let you know that that sound, that vibe. I don't know if you're still going for that sound, that vibe, but
No,
that
definitely. Like the
that
like
sound is dope, bro. That's what sometimes like it's cool to be, what I'm saying, have you do your own thing, abstract, but sometimes like if you like sometimes you gotta throw a bone to the industry sometimes and see how
yeah.
they respond to it. And I think live, bro, could be. I think that's one of your more commercial sounds,
Mm-hmm.
and just the way the whole vibe of it could really do something. I think in the sync placement world, man. So I just want to let you know that, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. Especially because that's one of the. I feel like that was one of the like songs like when I was writing it, because so some of my songs I don't write, right? Some of my songs I just freestyle.
mm,
You know, that was one of the songs I wrote where it's like I'm like, you know, pissed.
yeah,
I'm just like pissed. I ain't like really mad at anybody. I'm just like pissed. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, you know, and sometimes I take things from like shows and I use it directly as an influence. Like Clean Money, tell you the truth, Clean Money, I like made it a case to have nothing on but Ozark on, if you're familiar with that show.
I haven't seen no whole show. I saw a few episodes though. Yeah,
Yeah. So like, we're like, so Marty Bird, he watching the money. You know what I mean? Whereas like, whereas like that was kind of the influence. And I feel like it's always fun and it's cool to like just like literally, take like inspiration from like real world, which can be a song like Lie that turns out where it's like you can kind of hear my emotion through that, which I like, which is kind of what makes my music is kind of where like you can hear like my emotion through it. Or like Clean Money, where it's like, it kind of just comes out like, dope. You know what I mean? Like honestly, like, I'm surprised myself half the time making music. And that's what's most fun about it.
yeah.
Because you damn, that's hot. You know what I mean?
That's when when we did Breath of Fresh Air. That was our first placement, man, that we ever did. And when I was in the booth and I was singing the song, Breath of Fresh Air. When I was doing the chorus and the harmonies and all that, I stepped out the booth, man, and I looked at my brother. I said, "Bro, I don't know what's gonna happen, but this is a hit.
That's what I'm saying. Like
This
sometimes
song's
you
gonna
just
do
feel
something."
that.
Yeah,
Sometimes you just feel, yeah. Nah, I got this other song that's kind of like sounds like a lie, but it's probably better where it's like the same type of like conscious like not conscious rap, but like it's kind of on the edge of conscious rap. You know what I mean? Where it's like I'm kind of being like kind of ready to push the envelope. And I
mm,
feel like that's where Lie was
okay.
like, like I'm ready to push the envelope.
Yeah.
But
Well, yeah, bro. Keep it up,
uh,
bro.
thank you, appreciate you.
That's your sound, man. Well, listen, man, we gotta run out. We gotta run out of here, bro. But thank you so
Sure.
much, man. I look forward to hearing what you got in the future, man. And
Yes.
luck to you, bro.
I'm sorry, hold up. Siri kind of interrupted. Say that again. Siri
I
interrupted me.
heard a whole other voice. I'm like, wait a minute. Damn, is that your alter ego coming out? Like,
Nah, bro, that fucking
I'm not even
Siri.
gonna edit this. I'm not even editing. Yeah, this is not.
I'm not even editing. You was
I
like,
might keep this in there because I was like, hold on, wait a minute. I heard another voice, bro. Like,
yes.
I didn't hear nobody else in the room.
That's funny. Nah, yo, but I appreciate you, Dave. It's been great. Like speaking with you. Definitely have me again. Let me know when the next, like whenever you need me.
Yeah,
I'm talk. Thanks for the about wishes. I wish you luck. Like best with your music too.
yeah.
Send me some links.
Yeah,
Or
thank
like
you.
yeah.
Appreciate
But
it. We on Spotify, man. We dropped a new album called Love Motion Equinox. Is on there right now. We're about to do a radio campaign for it in the summertime, and as independent artists, it takes time. It takes time. You
right,
drop something, you ain't just going to pop right away. You got to put money into it, marketing,
exactly.
promotion, and all that stuff. So, we're
Yeah.
looking forward to that, and I'm also just working on a gospel project, man. It's time for me to work on some gospel soul in the future, and yeah, that's where I'm at, man. But yeah, always fun talking to you, bro. We got to chop it up, man. I'm literally about 40 minutes away from you, probably.
It's in South Jersey, right?
Yeah, I'm in South Jersey, bro.
Yeah, over there, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, man, let's link, man. Grab a drink and chop it up, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
Be easy,
All
bro.
right, bro. You too.
Tux tight, party till midnight, then we are